I said that this is what happens when you keep the wrong company. Because in this particular report, they talked about a police warrant for John Morant's friend. But in the end, they brought in John Morant's name into the headline. And this is what happens with the high profile person. Even if you don't do something and the person or someone in your entourage or that's affiliated with you does something, they're going to bring your name into it. And that's why it is critical you pay attention to the company that you keep. This is quite rudimentary stuff here. It's not groundbreaking or complicated stuff for whatever reason it is to some people. So anyway, we also know that John Morant recently got suspended by the NBA for 25 games for the last incident that he had in his vehicle while driving. We all know the backstory about that. So what happened? Recently this week, or just this week, the NBA commissioner, Adam Silver, he was in Las Vegas where he attended a press conference, and he was talking about a litany of things, right? A litany of things. But then I guess at some point, during that press conference, I guess someone brought up the John Morant situation and asked him about in terms of the judgment that the NBA levied towards John Morant. And when it was brought up, he emphatically doubled down on his position and why he thought that it was 100% correct for the NBA to suspend him the way that he did. So let me just read what this article has to say here. It says, Adam Silver calls John Morant's suspension appropriate, cites gun violence as a concern. Continues on. Las Vegas. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver called Memphis Grizzlies star John Morant's 25-game suspension appropriate and said that he and the league purposely left the terms of John Morant's reinstatement ambiguous. The article continues on. The 25-game suspension was left somewhat ambiguous because I wanted to work it out with him, Silver said Monday at the annual Associated Press Sports Editors Conference. I didn't want to then further impose check-the-box requirements in terms of coming back. I wanted to come up with a program that was mutually agreeable in terms of him getting his life in order before he returns to NBA basketball. Morant suspended to begin 2023-2024 season because of multiple gun-related incidents in which he flashed a weapon on social media. The league previously suspended Morant 8 games after the first offense in March. Morant sought mental health treatment during that suspension. Silver affirmed Monday that Morant was continuing that treatment. As I understand it, he is continuing to seek help, and I know there's enormous pressure that comes with being an NBA player, particularly a superstar player, Silver said. NBA Players Association Executive Director Tamika pushed back on the 25-game suspension, calling it excessive and inappropriate. Silver said because it was Morant's second offense, it was necessary then under the circumstances to further suspend him. I'm certainly empathetic to the pressures he faces, but I also feel particularly around guns and the gun violence we're seeing amongst young people in our society. That is something we have to take incredibly serious. This is not an attempt to weigh in on the appropriate gun restrictions, what the gun restrictions should be, Silvers said. So basically the article goes on to say a few other things. Let me just break down what he said and just put it in layman terms. Basically what Adam Silver is saying, you're not going to mess up our money. We don't like it. We don't like how it reflects on our brand, which is the NBA. And maybe we have sponsors that don't want to be affiliated with stuff like that. So therefore, you're not going to mess up our money, period, end of story. That's it. Private industry, they can do whatever the hell they want.